1,000%. Yeah. I feel really good. Um, this whole off season, just starting back in the winter, I feel like it's been paying off. It's been showing, and it's all about growing in each week. Every game's a new game. That's what they tell us. Each week's a new week. It's a new offense. UCLA, they're a good opponent. They're physical. They're tough. And it's going to be great to get back in Spartan Stadium with our fans. So
you got the sack. How did take me through that play? How did that develop? What did you see as it developed?
Yeah, so I got the slide to me. I got the double team. I was able to beat the guard, and then the center came to me, and then I was able to beat the center. I saw the quarterback Raiola stepping up, went to go get him. He kind of stepped up a little more, and I kind of missed him the first time. And then I had to, dive and lay out for him, and I was able to get him. So that was pretty sweet.
Do you feel like you're having a bit of a breakthrough season yourself, taking it to another level this year?
I do. Like I said, I think my hard work that I've been putting in the offseason has shown in the first 5 games or however many games we played. I feel really good out there. I feel like I'm around the ball a lot. So, but there's always room to improve and grow. And just as the season goes on, continuing to take the next step. But I feel really confident in myself and in our room, in our unit.
Rossi talked about
defense has been playing well, but there's a breakdown like on the tunnel screen and the running play that got out for like a 23-yard touchdown and so forth. What are your thoughts on that? How can you? I know it's easy to try to think about as a unit eliminating those explosive plays, but how do you guys talk about it internally about taking the next step as an entire defense to stamp those out?
Right. There's going to be momentum swings in a football game. We're going to have great plays. They're going to have really good plays. I think that's just how it works, and it's about our ability on how we respond to that. We try to limit it. We set a goal of how many explosive plays. You don't want to give up many. If you give up too many, the odds aren't going to be in your favor to win the game. So just being on all of our X's and O's and doing your job, making sure you're doing your job and you're making the play that comes to you, and expanding it too. So
Rossi talked about that line between hard work and belief, needing results and kind of all that. You have hope, but the results maybe show a little bit more. I wonder how much the defense needed the results that you got in terms of getting home to the quarterback like I asked Darius. It seemed like it was the best 3-level defensive performance for you guys, that you guys were getting production from everywhere.
Yeah. I know as far as getting to the quarterback, teams have been getting the ball out quick on us. It's not just about beating the O-lineman. You got to beat the ball too. So turning up our clock has been a huge emphasis from Coach Lange as far as beating the guy even quicker. You can get back there in 2.9 seconds, but in 2.6 seconds the ball is gone. So what do you have to do that? Just beat the guy quicker. But it was good to see results in the game. It didn't turn out in our favor though, so we realized that, and we're hungry to take another step and really showcase it.
What have you seen on tape from Iamaleava in terms of we talked with Joe about there's a similarity to what Aiden brings.
Yeah.
So you kind of have a prep for that, but how much in terms of getting the ball out quickly? You just mentioned, how has that been with him on tape?
He's a really good quarterback. He's a tall guy. He can run. He's got speed. He's athletic. He likes to scramble up the middle. He can scramble outside. He's mobile. So it's going to be a challenge for us to shut him down, but I think we can. I'm confident in us.
You said he likes to scramble up the middle. Does that kind of make your ears perk up a little bit too? Because oftentimes quarterbacks are going out on the edges when they're running.
Yeah, definitely. Being a D tackle, and he can throw the rock, so we'll have opportunities to get home and win our one-on-ones.
I'm sorry if you've been asked this before, but with Nico hadn't beaten Aiden every time they played in high school and stuff like that. Has Aiden brought that up to you guys? Is like, let's go get this one against him. Like,
No.
Does that play into it at all?
I had no idea he even played him in high
I think
school.
they
No.
played once.
I thought they played twice.
I think once.
Was it once?
I think so.
Once, twice, 3 times. I have no. I had no idea.
I didn't know if this was a huge talking point. That's why I wanted to ask.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
no.
But does he? What kind of similarities to Aiden does he present as a quarterback from what you've seen on tape? And how much does Aiden maybe, like what Joe said about you guys faced Aiden all through camp and
Right.
everything else? Like how much did that maybe get you prepped for something like that?
It definitely helps. Facing as good of a quarterback as Aiden and practice every single day. I mean, you guys know he's really mobile. He can run out of the pocket and extend plays. So I think we're prepared in that sense. We've seen it, like I said, every single day. And UCLA's quarterback is a really good quarterback. He can throw the ball well. He can do everything really well. So it's going to be a challenge, like I said. But we got to win our one-on-ones.
Have you guys used Youngstown State perhaps? That's kind of like because they really like to use their
Yeah,
quarterback
right.
to run the ball. If you look back on that game a little bit in the prep for this one.
I mean, a little bit as far as facing a mobile quarterback, but kind of a different player, different measurements. Youngstown State was more of a smaller quarterback. He's a bigger guy. But I mean, it's something, we haven't seen as far as, his abilities. He's really talented, but.
You've had an interesting journey
Yeah.
to get to this point. I don't want to compliment you too much. I know Tom Izzo doesn't like to compliment people
Yeah.
on that when they're having some success. Are you okay with compliments? I mean, you like to hear that you're making some progress, or you just want to keep blinders on?
It's better than hearing the opposite. Yeah, yeah.
Would you agree it's been a challenging journey? And did you ever doubt that you would start making this kind of progress?
No, I never had any wavering doubt. Especially with the injury, that was really tough. Considering it was going to be a breakthrough year, but I feel like I said, the year after that, coming back and starting all 12 games and doing well, having a good season, and coming back now, and I feel like I'm doing really well. So I feel like I've taken a step, and I think that's shown, and I'm ready to continue to do that. And just as far as the whole D line as a whole, it's a really good group. Coach Lange has us all on the same page, and we're really, really eager to continue to make plays and continue to have a big impact in the running and the pass.
Well, last week, I believe Grady Kelly got his first start. What have you seen really working next to him in terms of having another veteran presence?
Yeah, he's a great dude. He's a really good dude. That was a great addition to our room, just to build up the culture of the room. He's a really hard worker. Yes sir, no sir guy. Does things the right way. And to help bring the young guys along too. He's got experience, so it was great to be able to run next with him last Saturday.
Is he the only player that's married, or is there anyone else that's?
I'm not sure.
Not sure
There
about
could be
that.
someone else.
Yeah.
It's not. He might be. Yeah.
As far as like maturity and like, not all madness, but like he's an adult, he's
Right.
like got a kid on the way, things like that.
Yeah.
Does that sort of add like a maybe aura or like strength to when he gives you guys advice and speaks, where he's got that sort of wisdom?
Yeah, I mean, I think you could say that. I mean, he's an older guy, so people, listen, to him. He's got a lot of, experience. So, yeah, you could say that.
Sweet.
I think so.